Okay, if you're here, you're at the last stitch. Always, always, always try to remember to work the last stitch in every row. You don't want uneven work. And it's going to snake a little bit, the yarn, but that's okay because as you build on it, it'll straighten out. So don't worry about it if it twists a little bit. So here we are at the very last stitch, chain stitch. We're going to go ahead and go through, yarn over, and pull through, finishing off the first row of single crochet. Now some people will chain up one here. I don't. I just turn my work and I begin my single crochet stitches going back in the opposite direction. So we're going to go up underneath both legs of the yarn in each stitch, beginning with the very first single crochet stitch, following the hook. And remember, the tension on the yarn is loose but not sloppy. And remember again, you're going under both legs of the stitch here. Creating your second row of single crochet right on top of your prior single crochets. So work one single crochet in each single crochet all the way to the end. Save the last one for me and I'll show you what I do next. Meet you there. Okay, so you're here at the last single crochet. If you look at that last one, you're going to see the loops kind of turn a little bit on this last one. You'll see both of the legs if you turn the end a little bit, and you want to work up underneath both those legs. So go through and yarn over, pull through, and there you have how you close off the single crochet row. This will be your foundation, and again it's a little twisty still, but that's okay because it's going to work itself out as you begin to build your star stitches. From here we're going to chain 3. Remember, the tension on the yarn is loose but not sloppy. So we chain 3 and turn our work. Alright, so now we're going to build our first star stitch. This is going to look a little awkward, but trust me, it's a beautiful stitch and it's not going to end up being awkward looking if you do it right. So let's see if we can't practice this together here. If you look at the chain 3s you did, you're not going to work in the one that's closest to the hook. You're going to work in the second one. You're going to go up underneath one leg of that stitch and you're going to yarn over and pull through. What that's done is it's put now 2 loops of yarn on your hook. The star stitch is built off of 6 loops on your hook, and we only have 2, so we need to keep going. So we're going to go into the next chain stitch, yarn over and pull through. That gave us 3. Now we're here at our single crochet row, and we need to work in under both legs of our single crochet stitches here. So we're going to go in the first one, yarn over, pull through. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 loops. So we need 2 more loops on this hook to create our star stitch base. So we're going to go one more time. That's 5. We're going to go one more time. That's 6. And with those 6, now I can close out my first star stitch. So I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to pull through all 6 loops on the hook. From here, I'm going to close out the top of it by doing a yarn over and pulling through that last loop on my hook. Hopefully without shredding the yarn, but if you do, just work it free. It's going to hide itself, so you don't have to worry about it being a little fuzzy looking up at the top. And there you should be able to see all 6 of the loops you went through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all 6 loops right here. So now we're going to move forward and we're going to work the next one. We need to start in the center space that we created when we closed off the top of our star. See the center space right here? We're going to go up underneath that. Yarn over and pull through. That's 2 loops on my hook now. For my third loop, I'm going to work in this stitch right here, the last leg of the star. But I'll turn it around so that I can see the back leg of the stitch that's holding it. And that's the stitch I want to work under, is that back leg stitch. That first one is going to be a little bit of a booger, so you're going to have to finesse your needle up underneath it. That's again a reason for loose yarn versus sloppy yarn. Yarn over and pull through. That gave me 3. This little triangle that's created because of the stitching right here, it's a bigger hole than these two. I'm going to work in this hole. So I'm going to go through, yarn over and pull. That's 4. But I need 6 to create the star. So I need to pick up 2 brand new loops in the next 2 stitches. So yarn over and pull through, and we are again working under both legs of the yarn. Yarn over, pull through. That gave me 6. I'm going to pull through all 6, and I'm going to close it. I'm creating the bottom portion of my star stitches. I have to go back once I'm done and put a top on these, and I'll show you that. But right now we're creating the bottom part. So again, we're going to work in the center stitch, yarn over and pull through. We're going to work in this very last leg here, but only in the back stitch, not the front. Yarn over, pull through. I'm going to work in this bigger hole created by that stitch. Yarn over, pull through. That gave me 4. I need to pick up 2 brand new stitches, or 2 brand new loops rather. So I'm going to go in here, grab one, go in the next one, grab one. Now I can close off my star stitch by yarning over and pulling through all 6 loops. Close off the top of it. There we have it. This time we're going to work it, and I'm not going to say anything. See if you can follow with me. We're going to start here in the center space of the star we just worked. And there you have it. Now continue to do that all the way to the end. When you get to the last 3 stitches, you should have 3 stitches left to make your final star with. Stop there and I'll join you and show you what I do next. Okay, if you're here, you're on the final stitch, star stitch in your row. So we're going to work through the center space, pick up the back leg of the stitch, work through the triangular opening, and then we're going to add our 2 new loops to the yarn. For the 6 we need to create our last star stitch, we're going to close off the top, and now to end it, the row. By the way, you should have, if you used my count of 30 and 1, you should have 14 star stitches begun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so here what we're going to do to close off the row and tie it all together. We're going to work through the center space only. And then we're going to go to this final stitch. And let me bring you in close. Hopefully it won't blur out and you can see it. Over this final stitch, you're going to see what I like to call a strap or a knuckle. That piece of yarn from the prior row's closing stitch. I usually lift that up. I'll work it up a little bit so I can see the stitches below it. And I'll work in that space to close off the row. I've got both strands of the prior stitch and the strap is above it. Pull through, and now with the 3 on the hook, I'm going to do a double crochet. I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That closes off my star stitch on the side and lines up my edge. To create the next row of stitches, I'm going to yarn up 2 or chain 2 and turn my work. And to give you an idea of what we're going to be doing on this row, let me bring it back out for you. In each of the center spaces on your stars, you're going to work 2 half double crochets into each one of these center spaces only. No other space will get a stitch other than the center spaces on your stars. And you're going to work 2 half double crochets in each one. So you'll begin the first one by yarning over, working into the space, yarn over, pull through. You should have 3 strands or 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 3. That is a half double crochet. And you need to work 2 into the space, so you got to do this again. And then go on to the next center space. We're going to yarn over, place 2 half double crochets into it. Remember, the tension on the yarn is loose but not sloppy. And the same thing with the next center space. We're going to place 2 half double crochets into it. And you will keep that going all the way to the end of the row. When you get to the last one, please work your 2 half double crochets, and when I join you, I'll show you how to close off this row and begin the next one. I'll meet you there. Okay, if you're here, you're ready to close out this round. Hopefully that didn't blur it too much. Alright, so we've done our 2 half double crochets into our final star stitch base. We see the strap or the knuckle that I referred to before. Underneath it is 2 stitches, 2 legs of the prior row stitching. So I want to grab now at least one of those legs and the knuckle. I want the knuckle included in closing out the stitch. Yarn over and pull through. Oops. Sorry about that. And we're going to yarn over and pull through those 2. And you see how it lined up the stitching on this side? Alright, so now that we've put a top on our stars, we've completed the stars, we need to make the next row of stars. And that always requires, when you're at the end, it will always require a chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Remember your yarn tension, loose and not sloppy. Turn your work, and we're going to start by working in this second chain from the hook. We're going to go up underneath the leg, yarn over, pull through. We're going to go into the next stitch under the leg, yarn over, pull through. That should bring us to our half double crochet stitches. And so we're going to continue to collect the yarn we need to make a star stitch. And we need how many strands? We need 6. Right now we have 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we need to go into 2 more and add loops to our hook. Now that I have 6, I can go ahead and make my base star stitch, pulling the yarn through all 6 of the loops, and I'm going to close off the top of it because I'm going to begin to work in the center stitch. Remember your tension again. Your tension is very good. Your tension is loose but not sloppy. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5. If you want another way to count out your 6 loops, you can always count the number of times the head of your hook works into the yarn. It works into the yarn 5 times, but by the time you're done, you have 6 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yarn over and pull through all 6. Close the top, and we're ready to begin again. Through the center space, 1. Back of the leg is 2. Triangular space is 3, 4, 5. That should give us 6 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yarn over, pull through all 6, close off the top, and there you have it. You are beginning your next row of star stitches. Right now it looks like it's smaller than the bottom row, but that's because it doesn't have a top yet. So once you put the top on, it'll even out in size. If you haven't tightened really significantly your tension on the yarn as you work it, and you should end up with 14 completed star stitches by the time you're done. Your edges should be pretty much straight. As you go through, because of the nuances in the yarn on the edges, you'll learn to work the sides gently so that it evens it out. But for the most part, it should be even on both sides of the yarn. So that's pretty much where you have it. And let me show you real quick how to close it off. I'm going to pull these out instead of creating a whole nother row here. When you're done with all of the number layers of star stitching that you want to do, and you come to the end of your project where you want to just call it a day, it's over, it's done, I'm closing it out, you're going to end up doing that final stitch here that we did up underneath the leg and knuckle. Yarn over and pull through. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through here. That's going to close off the top of your star and match up your sides. But now you want to close the project all together. You're going to yarn over here, and you're going to pull through and pull through enough string or enough yarn, because you're going to clip it here. You're going to cut it here and sew it into your project. Just like your tail here, you're creating the tail there. And I'll go ahead and do that. Just so if you've never seen it, you'll see it. Now that it's clipped, this is still a little loose, so you want to pull it a little snug. It'll create the knot for you up at the top, and then you'll sew the tail into your fabric. And the beginning tail at the very beginning. You'll sew those into your fabric so that what you have is something nice and pretty and complete, and all the ends are sewn in, and you're ready to go from there. You can probably do a pretty nice headband out of this too. There you have it, folks. Have a wonderful day today. Have a wonderful week. And I'll see you next time with the finished products on the projects that I'm working on using this stitch. And hope you enjoyed our journey together, and I look forward to bringing you another one showing some of the other stitches that I plan to use to create some pretty significant things. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care.